Hello my dear students, in this class we will discuss about the third lesson, that is American Civil War. Here in this video I am going to explain about the different reasons for or the causes for the American Revolution. In the introduction part we can see that the changes that happened in the 19th century in America. On those days it was, or USA was, the union of 13 colonies, and this country followed a federal system of government. Federal system of government means sharing powers between federal government or the central government and the state government. Okay, and a little less than a century after a war of American independence, severe differences divide the state of the USA, leading to the American Civil War. In this war, the federal government of the Union, supported by the states of northern USA, and fought against 11 states of southern USA, which had organized themselves as a Confederate States of America. In the American Civil War, at the time of American Civil War, the federal government of the Union, it supported the northern USA. The USA was divided into, on those days, divided into north and south. So at the time of American Revolution, the federal government is supported the northern USA, and the 11 states together made, or they organized a Confederate States of America. This was the background. Okay, once again I will tell you that in the 19th century USA was the union of 13 colonies, and according to the Constitution of 1789 the country followed a federal system of government, and according to this system the state and central divided or shared the power. And next, at the time of Civil War or the time of independence, the American independence, War of American Independence, the federal government is supported the states of northern USA only, and the 11 states of southern USA to made it organized and another confederation, that means Confederate States of America. Okay, this is the background only, and now we are going to study about the actual reason or causes of the war of American independence or American Civil War. The differences that divided the states of America were economic as well as ideological, and some differences were there between the north and southern states. This was the main reason for the American Civil War, and now we are going to study about what are the important differences between the northern and southern states. So major differences in economic policies resulted in varying impacts on development in the northern and southern states. The differences of economic policies that resulted the development in the northern and southern state. According to the economic policies, the growth it depend, the differences or the growth it depend on economic policies. And first one, economic development. The industrial revolution had diverse effects on economic development of the northern and southern states of USA. In the northern state, a large number of textile factories and manufacturing industries were set up, leading to the growth of towns and cities. Urbanization became even more rapid with the construction of canals and introduction of railways. So here we are going to discuss about what are the important economic development that happened in the southern and northern side of America. So first in the paragraph we can see that the northern side or northern state, what was the important changes that happened in the northern state, and here we can see that the growth of textile factories and manufacturing manufacturing industries being developed in this area only. So in the northern state the large number of textile factories and manufacturing industries were set up, and slowly the growth of towns and cities also we can see here, and the urbanization become even more rapid with the construction of canals and introduction of railway. This was the situation of northern side, and now see what is the situation of southern side. In the southern side, mainly the people they depend on agriculture only, and they cultivated large scale on vast plantations to feed to growing industries both in England and the northern states of America, northern state of USA. The southern state thus remained rural and exchanged raw materials for industrial goods. The northern side it is developed and they opened many industries, factories, etc., etc. But at the same time, the southern state, they followed agriculture method only, and the southern state always remained in rural only. Okay, and next, this was the first difference. And the second one, trading terms. And the northern state, they adopted some policies for collecting tax. So northern state preferred tariffs, means to make foreign goods more expensive than locally made goods. This would encourage people to buy the cheaper local goods. This was the important policy adopted by the northern state. They imposed taxes for foreign goods. So naturally the people, they will use the local goods only. Okay, and the southern states prefer tax-free trade with Britain in order to get cheap manufactured goods in exchange for raw cotton. Okay, the northern state, they imposed taxes on foreign goods. That is why the people, they used local goods only. Okay, and next one, slavery. Slavery means Britain had shipped a large number of Africans in North America colonies to work as slaves in the tobacco, sugarcane and cotton plantations. The Africans were captured and shipped in the most wretched conditions to a foreign country to live and work amidst people very different from the terms of race, color, language and religion. So Britain shipped many Africans to the North American colonies for work in cotton plantation, tobacco plantation and sugar plantations. And Africans were captured and shipped in the most wretched condition to a foreign country to live, work in amidst a people very different from them, terms in race and color. And the slaves, actually the servants, they were slaves. They didn't got enough food, sufficient food, and they do not have good living conditions. So these slaves had no right to receive no wages for their labor, and they were bought and sold simply as any other good. They simply bought and sold, and there were no laws to protect them from cruel treatment and often received from their masters, and there were no laws for protecting the slaves, and they got severe punishments from their masters, and they lived in unhygienic conditions, and they often badly fed and suffered from various diseases. Many were worked to death, and they didn't get proper attention, proper healthcare facilities. So many people, many slaves died in, and they lived in bad conditions. Okay, and after the USA gained independence, slave labor continued to be used in the cotton plantation of the southern state. The slave trade revolution or the slave trade gained new strength here when the industrial revolution increased in demand for cotton. In the northern state, on the other hand, most people worked in factories as paid laborers. Farms were few, small, and could afford to pay the laborers they employed. So after getting independence, the USA after getting independence, slave labor continued. That means they didn't get any money, or they worked as simply morning to evening they worked. But at the same time, the northern state, the most of the people worked in factories and they were paid laborers. They got enough money for their work. This was the two important difference in the slavery system. Okay, after getting independence, slave labor continued, and they didn't get any money also. But at the same time, the northern state, the most people worked in factories as paid laborers. They got money for their work. And next, the northern states were influenced by liberal ideas, and between 1777 1804 most of them abolished slavery and become free states. The slave state of South opposed the abolition of slavery also. So and next we can see that the territorial expansion. But before that, we should say that free state or the northern state were influenced by liberal ideas and abolished slavery, and these areas become free state. Okay, and the slave state of the south opposed to the abolition of slavery. The south side, they supported slavery because the most of the people, they depend slaves for their fields, slaves for their work. So the south side, they opposed the abolition of slavery, and but in the northern side they were influenced by liberal ideas, and most of the people they did not like the system of slavery, and these areas it become free states. Okay, and territorial expansion. As industries expanded in USA, large number of settlers arrived from Europe, especially from Ireland, Britain and Germany. So industries expanded. I told you that large scale, they opened many factories, many industries, etc., etc. So as a result, many people, they came from outside and they settled, especially from Ireland, Britain and Germany. Most of them prefer to settle in the north side only because it was the developed area. Most of the people, those who came from outside, they like to live in north side because it was the developed area, and north soon had much larger population than the south. The settlers from Europe brought with them knowledge of new developments of science and technology. They contribute to the industrial growth and northern state. So the settlers from the Europe, they brought new ideas, especially in the field of science and technology, and they contributed for the industrial growth of the northern state. The unexplored territories in the western region of North America began to explode. People from USA began to settle there. Many areas were vacant on those sides. So the people, those who came from outside, they started to leave. They started to prefer those areas. So some newly settled territories were absorbed in the USA as new states. The southern wanted the new state to be slave state, while the northern wanted them to the free state. So the southern, they wanted these states to be slave state. So because they are supporting slavery system, and the north side, I told you that they supported or they wanted, or they need abolition of slavery, or they wanted them to free state. Okay, and a movement of abolition of slavery began in the north and gained strength in around 1830. Those who joined this movement are called abolitionists. So no, northern side people, they worked for abolition of slavery, and these people, they were called by abolitionists. Okay, and next, up to here it is enough. So all of you read up to here, and if you have any doubt about this topic, please ask me. Okay.